Hello dear friends, Namaskar and welcome to my YouTube channel Yog Mahal. Today we will do full moon meditation. Today's full moon meditation is very special because we have full moon plus the lunar eclipse. Dear friends, moon represents our mind and consciousness. In chakras, moon represents our crown center. This lunar eclipse is continuously happening inside us. Our mind, our consciousness, our energy has been in shadow since many births, and with the meditation we try to clean that, we try to bring light upon that shadow so that the truth can be revealed. So dear friends, today's meditation is very beautiful. Stay tuned, and before starting the meditation I would request you to please like the video and subscribe the channel for more such videos and meditations. So dear friends, sit comfortably, gently close your eyes, have a gentle smile, long and deep breath. Just a few long deep breaths. First of all, we will invoke the inner master, the master inside you. Please guide us in the meditation, show us light, and make this meditation successful. Now, in this lifetime, remember our spiritual mentor, guru, or master, whose physical presence, whose teachings have lightened your life, liberated your life, and showing path towards salvation. Now, in this beautiful phenomena of eclipse, there are three celestial objects. First is sun, second is earth, and third is moon. They are very symbolic inside us. The sun is our soul. Earth is our body, physical dimension. And moon is our mind and consciousness. Like earth receive light from both moon and sun, similarly in our life we are guided by our soul and our mind. It is another thing that moon doesn't has its own light. It is lightened by sun. Similarly, our mind has no such existence. Its existence is from the soul, the energy of mind, the working of mind is all because of soul. And one more beautiful thing, this mind is irrelevant if we don't have physical body, because mind cannot manifest without body. Similarly, moon does not exist. Moon cannot exist without earth. So the eternal truth is the sun, the soul, and mind, body are two expressions or parts of this soul. One day they both will merge in the sun. This is a truth. This is a universal truth. So let us invoke the energies of sun, moon, and earth so that we can have three-dimensional healing as well as meditation. Meditation at the physical level, mental level, and the self level, true self level. May the divine energies of sun, earth, and moon flow within us. You can visualize receiving energy from these three celestial bodies. They have These celestial bodies have different frequencies. Hence, they have three different manifestations. At core, at fundamental, we all are same. It's the frequencies that makes the difference. It's a frequency that it makes a sun, a moon, or a earth. Similarly, it's just the frequency that makes a common man, an enlightened one, and the liberated one. It's just a matter of frequencies. Feel that you are connected with sun, moon, and earth. Now, as in lunar eclipse, earth's shadow fall on moon. Similarly, inside us, the body, the sensations, the sense organs generates desires, and these desires, expectations, aspirations leads to shadow on our mind and consciousness, leads to all the conditionings, leads to all the learnings, leads to all kind of our behavior. To satisfy these senses, we do certain activities, we learn something so that these desires, aspirations, expectations can be fulfilled or calmed down. This shadow turns our pure consciousness into mind. Osho beautifully says, very beautifully, very simply, he states that mind is contaminated consciousness and consciousness is pure mind. These are just two polarities. Mind is a contaminated energy And consciousness is the pure energy, like full moon and new moon. In full moon, we have full pure light of moon. In new moon, we don't have any moonlight. We don't have any purity, sense of purity. Similarly, this polarity is inside us. The polarity of Purnima and Amavasya, full moon and the new moon. We can say that an enlightened soul is just like a full moon, a moon in its 100% beauty, charm, energy, influence. And we, as meditators, are in journey from new moon to the full moon. We are in the phase of these 14-15 days of lunar cycle. Some are the moon of the 4th, some are the moon of the 9th, some are very near to becoming a full moon. It's all a journey from the base to the height. It's a journey to clean ourselves, to arise ourselves out of the shadow. Once we are out of that shadow, we experience our full potential. What are these shadows? The shadows of desires, expectations, aspirations, shadows of greed, attachment, anger, lust, jealousy, revenge, comparison, the shadow of selfishness, the shadow of all the conditionings and the unnecessary learnings. Sometimes we acquire learnings that are very gross, the bottom level learnings of manifesting one's greed, manifesting one's attachment, revenge, very gross. We all are greedy, we all are attached to things, to events, to persons, to objects, and we all are comparing ourselves with others, directly or indirectly. We all are being jealous of one another. We all have some degree of revengeness inside us, the urge of vengeance. This lunar eclipse points us out to all such things, all such shadows which has curtained our full light, full wisdom, liberation. This lunar eclipse is a beautiful opportunity for self-reflection. We have to reflect upon our inner eclipse. Dear friends, realize all those conditionings which are affecting you, all those learnings which are very gross, very selfish, very limited, and by having our attention on the full potential of our consciousness, let it go of all the shadows. It's not easy. We have to do it again and again. This is a beautiful opportunity when our moon, earth, and soul are aligned in one straight line. That is how lunar eclipse or solar eclipse happens. We have to use this alignment for inner reflection. This is why in ancient India, during this time, we have been prohibited for certain things. We have been prohibited to being socializing with others because this time the energy is very vulnerable. Our mind is very vulnerable. During this time, we can do certain things which will harm our progress, which can harm our physical body, which can harm our mental health, which can harm our spiritual growth, any kind of harm. And we were told to do japa or meditate upon the God. So beautiful wisdom that has turned into ritual or superstition. We have to understand why this time is so critical. We can all see that on planet Earth, certain circumstances are arising which can lead to war, massacre, pain, stress. The earth circumstances are representing our vulnerability because we are connected to earth. If something is happening to our mother earth, if the humanity is facing harm or damage, certainly inside us we will have the impact of the same. Our humanity, our righteousness, our spirituality will be harmed. We have to reflect upon it. We have to reflect upon our vulnerabilities. We can't be ignorant towards it. This new moon, full moon, and lunar eclipse remind us of these vulnerabilities. And also, with these vulnerabilities, it shows the potential. Like a nuclear plant is very vulnerable. If it is destabilized, it can lead to destruction of self and others. But if it is stabilized, if all the vulnerabilities of a nuclear plant are reflected upon properly, then this nuclear plant can really help in a lot of activities. It can be an important source of energy. It can light many houses. It can improve the standard of living. Similarly, if we reflect upon our inner possibilities, potential, we can light ourselves as well as others. So, dear friends, now we shall enter deep into the meditation. It's okay if you have thoughts. It's okay if your body is feeling upset to sit for a while. Just gently ask your body to give you few minutes of meditation. Ask your mind to give you few minutes of silence for meditation. It will listen. Don't impose or don't fight with your body and mind. Talk to them and have their favor. With all this knowledge, let us start watching our breath. With every incoming breath, feel that your inner sun, your inner moon, and your inner earth is in harmony, balance, alignment. All these three energies are listening to each other, working in absolute cooperation, maintaining the harmony inside, balancing the energy. And with every outgoing breath, Feel the potential inside you. Feel the potential of stillness, stability, the potential of silence. With every incoming breath, harmonize your energy, and with outgoing breath, feel the stillness, silence that this harmony brings in. Feel that stability, feel that stillness and silence. Silence on all the dimensions: body, mind, energy, and soul. Do not manipulate your breath. Just add this feeling with your natural breath. Add this experience of harmony and stillness. Watch the breath. Inhale the harmony, alignment, balance, and experience stillness, silence, stability while exhaling. Exhaling means emitting out. So emit out the inner silence, inner peace, inner stillness. Acquire the harmony and emit the stillness. Watching the breath. Watch the incoming breath. Watch the outgoing breath. Now, we have to look in the gap between the breath. After you inhale And before you exhale, there is a very small gap of stillness when there is no activity, milliseconds, nanoseconds of that pause. Similarly, after exhalation and before inhalation, when the breath is totally outside, that minute gap, you will feel that the stillness and silence which you are experiencing while exhaling has now extended to these gaps as well. Continue this breath meditation in a very deeper experience. Breath is not just inhalation and exhalation. Breath is also the pause between inhalation and exhalation and inhalation. The gap is a true stillness. That gap, that pause has always been there. To make it better understand, when we look up in the sky during night, we see a lot of stars, we see planets, we see moon. But what we usually ignore is the black sky, the empty sky, the infinite spacious sky that is in the background of these stars, or also between the stars, that space between stars and us as well, the three-dimensional space that is there. We ignore it and we just look up on the object. Catching the gap is similar to that. The gap, the pause was always there. On that pause, the inhalation and exhalation were, the cycle was going on. Similarly, inside us, stillness is always there. On that stillness, we have all kind of thoughts, emotions, mental and psychological activity, also the physical activity. With another example, there's a blackboard and something is written over there. We usually look or observe the writing, what has been written on the blackboard, and we usually ignore the black background on which it has been written. We have to we have to divert our attention from the written to the blankness. Similarly, inside us, we have to divert our attention from all the movements, towards the ultimate stillness. Currently, our whole focus or energy projection is only on the mental activity and the physical activity. We are not able to see the stillness in the background, like we ignore our soul and we only focus on our body and mind. Meditation helps us catch the soul, catch and observe that stillness which has been always there, which is the source of all the movements. Imagine without sky, where will the sky go? Where will they exist? Without blackboard, how that writing, the alphabets will exist? Similarly, without the soul, how our mind and body will exist? It needs some platform, it needs some background, and all our conditionings, all our learnings has been to only observe what has been written, to observe all the movements of body, activities of body, desires of body, needs of body, and the psychological processes, thinking, feeling, behaving. All our learnings are around that, which is good for our physical existence, but it's not our true existence. It's good for the span of your body, 50 to 80 years, but this is not the whole life we are living since thousands of years. We have been living since yugas, thousands of centuries. We have forgotten that. We have forgotten that journey because we are so focused on this present body and the structure of mind. We are so focused on the shadow that we are not able to see the bigger life, the life beyond this body, the experience beyond this body and mind, the reality. So, with this context, observe the stillness, which is all pervasive, which is everywhere, which is continuous, unbreakable, unstoppable, which is old and new at the same time, which is truth, satya, satat, and nitya. Truth, continuous and consistent, which is new every micro nanosecond. This is the true self. The first step is to watch the gap between the breath and expanding that gap all over your breath. It doesn't mean that you stop your breath. It just means that try to feel that stillness even while inhaling, even while exhaling. Look at the blackboard even while reading what is written over that. This is what we can say a complete observation. If you're just looking at the alphabets, it's a half. But when we also put our attention on the background, it is complete. Don't just focus on the movement, focus on the stillness also. This is watching, knowing, witnessing the breath, anapan sati. Breath is just an excuse. It's a very easy excuse to look into, to peep into that stillness. When this stillness will pervade everywhere, that time holding on to breath doesn't make sense. Then just be that silence and stillness. All the activities will happen on its own. Mind will think, body will breathe and pump the blood continuously. Your body will be doing all the activities. It's just that our attention will be on the stillness, the gap, the silence. For example, if we are so indulged in some activity, we tend to ignore or forget, or it is automatically ignored, if I should say like that. Similarly, when that stillness engulfs us, when we merge with that stillness, all the movements, all the thoughts, all the activities will be ignored automatically. You don't have to fight with it. You don't have to reject it. It will happen on its own. So the first step was watching the gap in your breath and expanding that pause over the whole breath. The second step is watching your thoughts. Don't fight, don't reject, don't involve, don't manipulate, don't interfere, don't involve. No mental activity from your side. If any thought is arising automatically, let it be surfaced. It's okay. Just watch the thought and watch it going away. Even that thought, that I can see my thought passing by, is a thought in itself. It's very delicate, it's very sensitive, it's very subtle to catch the mind slowly, slowly. By practicing it again and again, we can master it. Watch your thoughts without any interference. It's okay if you're not having thought right now. Just don't create a ripple by saying that I don't have any thought, I am blank. It is a thought in itself. If you're blank, then be blank. Whenever thought comes, just watch it. Don't even wait for the thought. It is also a thought that I am waiting. Let's see when the next thought will come. And you don't know you're already thinking. You are already carried away by that thought. So be very aware. Now, dear friends, we shall move to the next step. Like we watch the gap between the breath, the pause, the stillness. Similarly, we have to be witnessing or watching the gap, the space between two consecutive thoughts. Now we have to not only witness the thoughts, but in addition to that, we have to witness the gap between two thoughts. It can be tricky, but it's okay. Even I get tricked by the mind. So it's very natural, normal. It's okay. We have just begun it. Whenever you feel that you are lost, that feeling of lost is an awareness in itself. Just simply come back to your awareness without judging yourself. Observing or witnessing the gap. watching without any judgment, without any interpretation, without involving any faculty of mind, abstract thinking or cognitive, nothing. It's a very beautiful understanding that the one who is doer cannot see itself. Only the second person, the third person can see the doer. Similarly, our body is a doer. It cannot see itself. We need a third person or a camera to see ourselves. Similarly, our mind is a doer. It cannot self reflect upon itself. It cannot experience self reflection. It is our soul who can see, who can watch, who can witness. So, the faculty of observation that you were experiencing just now was an experience of soul, a dimension of soul which is a knower, the Gyata, the one who knows, the one who sees, the one who witnesses, the Sakshi. Like the sun is a center, it is not moving around the planets, it is just shedding light, it is just shedding the energy. It's a source, and planets, earth, moon, all are the movers, all continuously engaged in activities. Moon is engaged with body, earth, earth is engaged with moon and other planets. Similarly, our soul is just the source of energy, the source of creation. It's our mind and body which is entangled in the dimensions. The reality which is very limited, we can say it the virtual reality. It is reality, we cannot say it is not true, but at the same time, it is very limited, it is not infinite, it is time bound, it is space bound. On the other hand, the reality which we are experiencing right now is infinite. It is beyond time and space. That's why a meditator cannot experience the dimension of time. A meditator cannot experience where he or she is in the meditation. Only the awareness prevails. Only the consciousness pervades. So we can achieve that all pervasiveness while observing the stillness, the background, the stability, the silence, which is source of everything. Stay in this silence for a while. Let meditation dawn upon you. Be a effortless watcher. Be a passive watcher. Be a non-interfering witnesser. No engagement, nothing. Just be like a bird on the canopy of a tree. If you wish to continue, you can continue. Otherwise, gently take long and deep breath. Make movements in your body and slowly come out of the meditation. Open your eyes within your hands with a gentle smile, satisfaction, peace, and calm. Feel gratitude towards this universe for this beautiful opportunity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks to all of you for joining in this meditation. You can repeat this meditation for 3 days, and if you like it, share it with your friends and family. Thanks everyone. We'll see in next video. Till then, enjoy, love, and take care.